Hey, Joel. Alright, Kid Killer. Good evening. I'm so fucking tired, by the way. Like, just so tired. I don't really know why. But, I mean, played 3 games of Warhammer today. It's pretty tiring. So I can't imagine I'm going to be streaming for very long. Mike lost his membership. Mike, you've disappointed me. I don't know if I can call you brother anymore. Miss it. It's going to be, I mean, when I'm tired, I just say stupid shit. Good evening. Evening namesake. So, this came today. What is this? Strike Force Augustus. It's very small compared to the other boxes. Does anyone notice that? Like it's really thin. Like, really thin. It's like half the size. Maybe even less than half the size of like Indomitus. Like, I don't know why it's so thin. And it was like, if you paid full retail for it, it was like 120 bucks. Kind of crazy. I got it from Element Games here in the UK. You get 20% off, which is nice. But you saw 20 of those at the store today, Rez. Gilliman today. I can't wait to do a breakdown on this tournament, dude. Gilliman is a fucking monster. Gilliman is like, people ask me what the tournament MVP is. It's Reboot motherfucking Gilliman. What a monster he was this week. 2 wins, 1 loss. The Necron list that I played, the loss I had against the Necron list was just like, I haven't played Necrons in a long time, and honestly, that Necron list is so killy. And there was like 4 or 5. I would say, like, if tomorrow's gonna go well for me, I might need a little bit of luck. And the Necron player I played today, like, there was a lot. There was like, I shot the Gladiator Reaper like at point blank range with rerolls into like a squad of Scorpex. I killed like 3 or 4 of them, and then he reanimated like 2 of them. Oh, it was horrific. And he did that like 3 times. He reanimated like 2 3-wound models. I don't know, like, I guess his reanimation rolls were just like lucked out, and then he had this giant spiky save as well. Did Necrons get the first turn? I took photos of the game. Did Necrons go first? No, I think I went first. I can't remember. I took photos of the game. I'm feeling really tired today. I don't know if I didn't have enough coffee or what. I had a bit of a headache brewing like at lunchtime, and then it was just, I mean, I won the 2 games after that, but I'm just exhausted. Gilliman's with the Emperor's Sword did 16 wounds to the Silent King in a single round of combat. Killed him from full health. Just smited his ass. So, I mean, if the game of Necrons had gone on for another turn, like, I had a big swing in turn 5 in terms of points, but it just wasn't enough. I needed to swing like 1 more turn earlier. I think I was maybe a little bit too cautious, but then the Necron list was so killy. All the destroyers, it was really, really killy. And then he had some really good reanimations, which I guess can happen. So hopefully I can get some really good good luck tomorrow to make up for it. But the 2 games after that, Gilliman's a monster. I played Tyranids. Gilliman alone killed like a Zonothrope, and then what's the character one that's like the same as the Zonothrope, but is got the 3-up invuln save. He killed that, then he killed a Malceptor, then he killed the Tyrannofex. I think he probably killed like 20 Termagants as well. How long does a 2,000 point game last? Anywhere between 2 and 3 hours typically. And then in this game against the Space Wolves, oh God, Gilliman was just killing everything again. He killed like, I think he killed about 6 Wolven, and obviously killing them in the shooting phase with his bolter is really handy because those Wolven fight on death. So he killed about 6 of them. Then he killed, I don't know, he killed maybe like 20 or 30 Marines, and then he mortal wounded his captain, and he mortal wounded an impulsor, and he mortal wounded something else, and then the Space Wolf player finally killed Gilliman, and he came back to life with 5 wounds. It took him so long to take 5 wounds off of him. Like, it took him like his whole fucking army to take 5 wounds off Gilliman, and I was like, oh well, he's back with 5 wounds. And then at the end of the game, the Space Wolf player was like, hey, so tell me, how does this Gilliman work? Can I take him with Space Wolves? I was like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, right? +1 to charge, reroll all your ones. You have to, so if you kill three wound models, they get 15 dice. They have to roll at least 3 5s to get a single model. Yeah, I mean, he rolled like, I guess like 6 5+s from 9 reanimations, and I mean, those are big numbers, especially how much I've got to pack to actually kill those things in the first place. Managed to nab a Brutalis Dreadnought for 40 quid. That's not so bad. I feel like it's chess where you're burning calories playing. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at my watch because it said like, I've got this app on my watch that tells me how many calories I've used in a day, right? I mean, I didn't do very much walking today, but it still says, I think they've changed the UI on this watch, which is annoying. If you go into the activity monitor, yeah, I mean, it says that I've done 103% of my daily exercise. I burned 690 calories today, just standing at a fucking Warhammer table. That's what it says anyway. Oh, finally decided to load it. There you go. 690 calories. How's the tournament? I mean, I've got a chance to maybe finish 4-1. That's what I thought I might be able to do. Yeah, he spiked that like 3 times, Rezil. He even said to me after the game, he was like, my saves and my spikes on the reanimation were brutal, and I was like, yeah. I don't know if I would have won the game, but I could have probably... Necrons score really, really well. I think I could have had like 75. Why do aggressors not get attacks with both gauntlets in the fight phase? You just get whatever number of attacks is on their profile in the fight phase sneak. It's the same for pretty much every model. The model has a number of attacks for close combat. If it says... Some weapons do say you get to make an additional attack with them. Unfortunately, the aggressor's claws are not one of those. Miles says, don't get... Yeah, I'm playing Miles first thing in the morning. I'm only going to stream for like half an hour. I don't even think I'm going to make any of these models. I just thought I'd open the box because it came today. If I hadn't been feeling super tired, Miles, I might have started making some of these rocket troops. But I'm not. I'm going to go to bed in like next hour, next half an hour or something. I got to be on my A game. I hate playing Eldari, right? So we're going to play Eldari in the morning. And I honestly don't even know what Miles' list does at this point, so maybe I need to have a look at it. I'll pull up BCP in a minute. Yeah, I'm absolutely knackered, Miles. I don't know why I'm so tired today. I was feeling like it was cold in the venue today. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I was feeling cold. Does Miles have an avatar? No, but I think there's a shitload of jet bikes. Alright, so there's your heavy intercessor sprue. There's a sprue for the Brutalis. Then there's another sprue for the Vitalis. Then I guess this is your Lieutenant upgrades. So the Lieutenant can have a Power Fist, Plasma Pistol, Power Sword, or some sort of bolter. I mean, I guess you can still have an underslung bolter. And then these are your sprues for the rocket guys. So you get 2 identical sprues for the rocket guys, is that right? It looks like it. So you can make, I guess you could make 5 with Super Crack, and you could make 5 with Super Frag. Probably Hail of Doom. I don't know if Miles is still running Hail of Doom. He was running Hail of Doom a little while ago. Ignore light cover, exploding 6s and melee. Interesting. How many fight lasts you got in your list, Miles? I was gonna. Are you gonna be able to deal with Robuti? Oh, look at this! They included some artwork for the. The box isn't actually kind of big enough for this artwork. It's kind of bent. That's not cool. Yeah, I mean it's like it's already warped a little bit because the box wasn't big enough for it. Couldn't they have made the box the right size? I'm going to be very critical tonight. So I get a cool picture of an Ultramarine with the rockets. Why is it always Ultramarines? Oh yeah, and we get some Ultramarine transfers in here. We definitely need those. You always find those prints we get 2 sets of Ultramarine transfers. Oh. I don't know why they just... Why Ultramarines? No one cares about Ultramarines, honestly. They're blue and they're rubbish. The only good Ultramarine is Robute Sanguinius. Alright, let's have a look in this. I'm really surprised at how thin the box is, considering how much it costs. Keep this bag away from children. Alright, so you get instructions. Looks like you make 3 variants of this guy. Oh, it shows you a little graph of the bases now in the instruction manual. Alright, I mean, I guess on the next stream that I do, we'll be making some rocket troops. I honestly think I'm more likely to run the rocket troops than the Brutalis. It's a little bit of lore about the Strike Force Augustus. Picture of the Blood Angel Brutalis down here. It's the one that I put in my thumbnail. Yeah, get some good rest, Miles. You're going to need it. Robute Gilliman is going to be well rested. And then you get points costs and the new units. It's strange. This is the whole thing that people have been saying. Like, they made all the Space Marine options free, but these guys you still have to pay. So these point costs were made before the Arcs of Omen season came out, right? Because otherwise none of this war gear would cost shit. So arguably... we need an FAQ to remove the war gear costs from all these. Hey, good Menace, what's happening? So that's the new box in a nutshell, I guess. You get a small 16-page book, you get the instructions, you get a poster that doesn't quite fit in the box, so it's already warped the second you take it out of the box. And then you get... it doesn't feel like you get that many units for how much you have to... like, if you compare this to Indomitus, I feel like you get a lot less for the same money. I mean, I think Indomitus was cheaper as well, right? Am I right? Am I wrong? I mean, I like the graphic of the Dreadnought, but... 17 models? Yeah, I guess 17 models. I guess Indomitus didn't have any Dreadnoughts, but I mean, it still did have bigger models. Like, you had Outriders. I was gonna say, you got a lot more in Indomitus, actually, because in Indomitus you got Outriders, Eradicators, Blade Guard Veterans, then I think you got 10 Assault Intercessors. So just those is like 20 models. And then you got a Captain and a Lieutenant. You maybe even got like a Blade Guard Ancient and a Chaplain. And then you got like fucking 500 points of Necrons as well. Yeah. So this box seems, comparatively to that, this seems really expensive. I think I've got Indomitus from here behind the green screen, don't I? We don't have it easily accessed. I can't be arsed getting it, I'm too tired. And I'm just gonna Google it. Indomitus. What did we all get in Indomitus? There's a picture of one on eBay, let's see. So this is 17 models. Indomitus was 61 models. Fucking hell. It was 3 Blade Guard, the Captain, Lieutenant, the Chaplain, the 10 Assault Intercessors, the 3 Bikes, the 3 Eradicators, the Judiciar, and the Blade Guard Ancient. So that was the Marine stuff. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 18, 21. So it was 24 Marine models. And then like, I guess like 35 Necron models. It's a big difference, man. Jeez. I think Indomitus was cheaper. I think Indomitus was 100 and I got it for 80. Whereas this is now 120 and we get it for 96 here in the UK. It means that the Brutalis and the Desolation Squad are pre-Arcs of Omen. It kind of does, doesn't it? They might go down in cost, I guess. They might go down in cost. Let's hope they do. I think the Brutalis might not be fieldable very well at the current cost. I'm not entirely sure. Am I going to paint the Lieutenant as the Death Company? I don't know what I'm going to paint the Lieutenant as, honestly. Let me change my camera. Not that one. This one. I'm not doing any modeling tonight. I'm too tired. I'm gonna have to fight Miles in the morning. I'm gonna have to look at his list and figure out what the fuck his list is. Let me tell you what Miles' list is. You're gonna have to shell it for the new Dark Angels versus Chaos box soon, and it's gonna be expensive. Indomitus was truly once in a generation. Was it though? Because Dark Imperium, Dark Imperium had a lot of models in it as well, and it was. I'm trying to remember what was in Dark Imperium, but it felt like there was a lot of stuff in that. No, someone's selling Dark Imperium on eBay. Oh, I've got a picture of it. Dark Imperium was like 3 Inceptors, 10... Oh yeah, it was 5 Hellblasters, 10 Intercessors, 3 Inceptors, so that's 18 Marines. Then like 2 Primaris Lieutenants, because we definitely needed 2 of those. Standard Bearer, Primaris Ancient, and there's Primaris Captain. And then you got all the Death Guard stuff. You got about 25 Death Guard models in there, and that was the same price. And that comes with a rule book as well. Like a big thick, excuse me, a big thick like 200-page rule book. Which, if you buy those rule books separately, they're usually like $40, right? I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens for 10th edition. Let me see what the hell's in Miles' list. Miles is running. So he's got the 3 Warlocks on the jet bikes, the Sky Runners. He's got Baharath. I never played against Baharath. I have no idea what he does. He's got a Farseer. He's got another Farseer Skyrunner. He's got 5 Rangers. He's got 10 Dire Avengers, 5 Howling Banshees, another 5 Howling Banshees, 5 Striking Scorpions, 5 Shining Spears. Sorry, no. 3 Shining Spears, 3 Shroud Runners, another 3 Shroud Runners. He's got 2 D Cannons. No, he's got 2 squads of... he's got 2 squads of 3 D Cannons. God, I hate D Cannons. He's got Shadow Spear, he's got Troupes, or whatever they're called, and then Death Jesters. There's a lot of stuff I have very little experience against. The thing that scares me the most, honestly, is the... He's going to have a lot of Psychic with the amount of Farseers he's got in the list. So he's going to have a lot of Psychic, which I can't do anything about. I mean, I just did have to play Tyranids, and they had a lot of Psychic. Baharath is ridiculously amazing. What's he good at? Yeah, I'm not going to be on for long DTM. I'm tired as all shit. But the D cannons, it's going to depend on the terrain. If those D cannons can be set up and screened. Baharath is a swooping hawk, Phoenix Lord. Okay. Obsec, 6 wounds with a phase cap. After shooting and fighting, he can re-teleport elsewhere on the battlefield. Oh, of course. Shenanigans. Okay. Well, I don't know if I can beat Miles, but I'll try. It depends on how many fight lasts he's got in the list. I mean, I know the Howling Banshees are fight last for sure. He's got Protect, Jinx, and Heredify on his Psychic. I'm familiar with those. He's got Guide. He's got Doom. Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of Psychic stuff as well. This is going to be a very difficult list for me to beat, actually. I've beaten him a couple of times, but I think in general, like I think I've played Miles maybe like 6 or 7 times. I maybe have 2 wins and he has like 4 or 5. Arbor of Wrath. I mean, one thing that will be good against him is the Gladiator. If he doesn't kill it, I guess. But we'll try. Just remember that the Mortal Wound jump pack strat works with the phase cap. How much toughness does that Baharath guy have though? It's funny because like sometimes I play Miles, I do really well, and then other times I just get shut down really hard. And games go both ways. He's only toughness 4, so I mean, yeah, okay, I could do like 3 mortals to him in the charge phase. It's possible. And 6s are going to burst 2 additional hits. Okay. Like, what's this phase cap? Is it 3 wounds per phase? Does he have a way of regenerating wounds, or that's it? No healing. Okay, well, I mean, interesting. mean, the way to, I don't know. We'll see. Gilliman is a Gilliman is like he's either gonna do nothing or he's gonna do everything, right? Like in one of the games he did very. Do you know what? He's been the MVP for the event, actually. I think in every game he's done a ton of damage. And like if he's died in like turn 5 only when he's already done all the damage he needs to do. Does Gilliman get ignoring vulnerables? No, but he has the ability to do D3 mortals for every 6 he rolls in the wound roll. Yeah, I mean generally it's been a decent event. Bit lighter on terrain. The game that I played Abandoned Sanctuaries on was similar to that game where I shared the pictures of Tau again. So like 2 of the objectives just have no cover. Well, 3 of them if you include the middle one, yeah. So I played Abandoned Sanctuaries and I won that, and I went first. And going first on Abandoned Sanctuaries is like a Blood Angel's worst nightmare, right? Maybe that's why I've got a headache. Had to play Abandoned Sanctuaries again, I had to go first again. That's enough to give anyone a headache playing Blood Angels, isn't it? I guess it's really going to be about the D-cannons. If he can protect his D-cannons for the whole game, I'll probably just lose the game, because the D-cannons do so much damage. If I can get to the D-cannons on like turn 1 or something, Forlorn Fury them, and smash them off the board. Did I win on Abandoned Sanctuaries? Yes. Again, on that shitty Abandoned Sanctuaries with no terrain, I won again, yes. 87 to 79. And I think... Oh, it's hard to hold primaries when there's no fucking terrain. There's no obscuring terrain on any of the 3 middle objectives. It's hard to hold primaries. I lost my Gladiator in that game in turn 1. He just drop podded it and multi-melted the shit out of it, which was sad. Yeah. Oh, fucking A. Yeah. So, we'll see. I might be back for the Army List show tomorrow night. I might be. We'll see how tired I am. It's only 2 games tomorrow, so that's good. And what's nice, I suppose, is if either me or Miles win, then that sets whoever wins out of that game basically has a chance to probably finish second if they can win their last game, right? Because they'll be like submarining up and losing 1 game earlier in the event and then going 4-1 overall. How have been enjoying the Terax and the Bobby G list? It's a really good list, DTM. Like the Terax and the stuff inside it, with all the pluses from Gilliman, are actually really strong. Like, I was convinced that I was going to struggle against the Tyrannids list because Necrons, Wolves, and Nids. I was convinced I was going to struggle against the Nids list because they had like, what is it like? I never remember which way around it is. The Zonothropes and the Neurothrope. So I think the Neurothropes is a character. So it had the Neurothrope and it had 3 Zonothropes, and then it had the Malceptor. And like, that's a shitload of psychic. And it's also a bunch of we don't give a shit about line of sight psychic. And I got nothing. Like, I don't have any feel no pains in this list, basically. I don't have any denies. So I was thinking like, oh, this could be a rough match. They can do at least 10 mortals to me every turn. And yeah, I played really well. I actually had a lot of stuff left on the end of the table. And like, actually completely failed. Like, the Terax kind of whiffed its charge, and the Sternguard didn't do much either, and then it all came down to like Bobby G just walking through them, just hacking everything to pieces, and they just couldn't stop Bobby G. And when they did their smites or whatever against Bobby G, I guess he was lucky and didn't take much wounds. They did kill I think they killed Gilliman in the final turn, but I mean the damage was already done. So yeah, we'll see. Out with the... we'll see. I guess the thing about Gilliman is he can spike really hard on his saves. Like, the Silent King attacked Gilliman with everything he had, and I think the Silent King did 1 damage to Gilliman, and then Gilliman just went, "Fuck you! 16 wounds, you're dead." Emperor Sword, baby. The Emperor Sword is -5 once you get to Assault Doctrine. It's pretty nice. I think I might play this list a bit more, even after this event. It's actually fun. But yeah, I'll break down all of it. I took photos of all the games as sort of standard. I'll break them down. But yeah, hit the like button, guys, if you can. I'm sorry I'm so tired. Oh, fuck. So I'm gonna head to bed. It's nice having a monster as a Blood Angels player. Honestly, it's really nice. It's something that I've been waiting for like years. Like, give me a list where I have a monster that can do a shitload of work, and you know, I'll look out Sir him for like turn 1 and 2, and then I'll jump around and kill everything with his sword, and he's good at shooting, and he buffs the hell out of everybody else. And yeah, I mean, if I hadn't... I feel like if my last game against Necrons wasn't like 18 months ago, I was a little bit more up, then I could have probably taken like another 15 points on that Necron game. Also the spikes as well. So overall, I think it's been fine. But my wife has really struggled today, actually, with the 2 kids, so I was thinking I might not get to go to another tournament after this one for 6 months. I think I might need to wait a year, because having the 2 kids all day, like, it's tough, man. Baharath is such a nuisance, jumping around the battlefield, shooting, charging, and snagging objectives as well as the wound cap. Well, I'll try and get rid of him quickly. We'll see. If I manage to catch him, would you fall on Fury in him just to get rid of him? I mean, statistically, if I Forlorn Furied him and played Hammer of Wrath, then I should do... I think I could probably kill him in one turn, right? Can't imagine he won't be wrapped in deployment. That's very true. Oh well, I mean, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to play Miles, and Miles is a really good. Sometimes at these events, I just want to make friends and have fun. I mean, if I was trying to run the most competitive list, I probably wouldn't be running Gilliman, right? I figure with Blood Angels having a 45% win rate, I don't want to get too upset if I don't win every game. So I'll have fun tomorrow with Gilliman again, if nothing else. At the end of the game, in the Tyranids player, they actually charged like an extra couple of models into Rabuti when he was on like 2 wounds. They're like, I just really want to kill Rabuti. He's been such a nightmare this whole game. I want rid of him. And they killed Rabuti, and then I was like, can I fight on death with Rabuti? And sure enough, I mean, you can fight on death with him for 2 command points. So I was like, fuck it. Rabuti's gonna fight on death and like 7 attacks with Emperor Sword, gonna do like D3 mortals minimum, sort of, and a bunch of -4 saves. Andrew went 3 and 2 with his Iron Hands last weekend. He lost to Knights. I think he lost to Custodes, but I'm not entirely sure. So, I mean, I have a chance. I mean, if I can beat Miles, then it's a case of I could a solid win in game 4. But I mean, if I beat Miles, I'll be playing like someone else that's really highly ranked, So getting a solid... I mean, it's going to be a tough day tomorrow anyway. Custos are good. Yeah, they are good right now, aren't they? I think he is switching armies again, DTM. Yeah, I think he's buying Imperial Guard. The thing is, like, Gav's about to win this event with Votan, and Andrew's had the Votan for like 6 months. He played them once, didn't get a high enough finish, and he moved on, right? Yeah, no, he's been buying Imperial Guard this week. He bought the Kazakin, and he bought the Rough Riders, and he bought Lord Solar. I do have some infiltrators on my list, and I am pretty good at screening, so that might help a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. I'll put some screenshots in Discord tomorrow anyway. Of how I get on, and I'm going to bed in the next 10 minutes, so I will catch you guys. I might pop on tomorrow night, but might not do a full army list show. Might just do like, I don't know, an hour of army lists or something. We'll see how tired I am. Today was brutal. My brain just turned to mush in the second game. I'm not really sure why. I think it was... I don't really know why. My brain turned to mush today. Alright guys, thanks for dropping past. I hope you have a good evening. Maybe see some of you guys tomorrow, and I'll definitely work on breaking down some of the more tougher games and saying what was good, but you know, I definitely feel like... Well, do you know, the one thing about the Necron game as well, Rez, was that was literally only my second game with this list. So maybe if I'd played 10 games with the list, and I'd had a couple more games against Necrons more recently, I would be more in the swing of things. But now, having played 4 games with the list, maybe I'm feeling a bit more confident. I know the synergy's a bit better, and I think it's pretty powerful, right? Like, I think it's just the killing power that Guilliman brings is actually really scary, and people want to kill Guilliman, and he's fucking hard to kill because he's toughness 6 with a 3-up invuln. If you can't strip his invuln, he can take a hell of a lot of firepower, and I've got so many CP, like today, all day, I just had so many CP, right? Like, because you get the +3 CP starting. I feel like I've always got CP for command rerolls. I've always got CP for interrupts. I've always got, like, I just always have CP. I think in one of the games I got to the final turn, I still had 5 CP or something. And I got 90 points in that game. I possibly could have spent some more CP a little bit earlier. Yeah, a little annoying I won't be able to win the event, but maybe if I could finish top 5 with Guilliman in the list, that would be cool. That would be cool. So that's the aim for tomorrow. Finish top 5. I will try my darndest. It will mean I have to beat Miles. So I'll let you know how that goes. I haven't played Miles in like... I don't think I've played him this year. And he's always tricksy. He's always tricksy, so... Alright, enjoy your evening, guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.